The apparatus shown is set up using different gases in the beaker. So as you can see, inside the porous pot, we've got oxygen, and outside the porous pot, but within the beaker, we have an option of putting in carbon dioxide, chlorine, nitrogen dioxide, or methane. Which gas, when present in the beaker, okay, inside the beaker, that means outside a porous pot, would cause the water level at X to rise. So if you want a water level at X to rise, that means on the left end of the limb of that U-tube, so the water level has to drop. So for water level at X to rise, the water level on the left limb of the tube must fall. Under what circumstance it's going to fall? Of course, if this level is, if this side, the left side is going to fall, that means the pressure of the gases inside the porous pot must be greater than the atmospheric pressure, because the right side is connected to the atmosphere and the left side is inside a porous pot. So only this water level is going to drop if the pressure here becomes greater. So for that to happen, there must be more gases diffusing into the porous pot in comparison to oxygen gas diffusing out of the porous pot. So what would cause that to happen? Pressure inside the porous pot should increase to cause the water level on the left limb to fall. Then otherwise the right limb won't go up if the left limb doesn't fall. Less dense gas, okay, those with a lower MR value compared to the oxygen, okay, which is inside a porous pot, should be in the beaker so that it could diffuse in faster in comparison to oxygen with an MR value of 32. So oxygen is going to diffuse out, of course, but the gas that is inside a beaker should be able to diffuse in much faster or much more quickly compared to the oxygen diffusing out. So in order to do that, so we are looking for a gas that is less dense than oxygen. That means we are looking for a gas whose MR value is less than 32. So let's work out the MR value for each of the gases. So carbon dioxide is, it contains one carbon bonded to 2 oxygen. So 12 plus twice of 16, and that should work out to 44. Of course, if carbon dioxide is outside and oxygen is inside, of course more oxygen will diffuse out. Okay, it's not going to be the other way around. So carbon dioxide cannot be the gas. What about chlorine's MR? So each chlorine has a relative atomic mass of 35.5, and chlorine is a diatomic, so there is 2 atoms. So 2 times 35.5 is going to work out to 71. This is also higher than 32. Therefore, this is not the answer we are looking for. If you look at nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen, there is only one, which has a relative atomic mass of 14. And there are 2 oxygens. Each oxygen is a 16. Twice of 16, that should be a 32. Plus a 14 should work out to a total MR of 46. Which is once again, is of course heavier than or denser than 32, which is for oxygen. So let's look at the last gas, which is methane. So for methane, one carbon is 12, and there are 4 hydrogens. So each hydrogen is a 1, so 4 times 1 is a 4, plus a 12, and that's going to work out to 16. Of course, as we can see, methane is less dense compared to oxygen. Of course, more methane molecules are going to diffuse into the porous pot to increase the pressure inside the pot. And of course, as a result of the increase in the pressure, the water level at the left limb is going to fall, which in turn is going to cause the water level at the right limb, okay, which is the level at X is going to go up or rise. So hence the answer is D.